How does this one work?
This one. The sun reflects the light into here or at the edge. And when it hits the edge, it comes into here and heats the water.
Mm-hmm. And so what, do you pour water into that tube?
Yes.
Yeah, from the top. How hot does it get?
Boiling.
It gets boiling? Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty sure.
That's super cool. And what is it the tube made of? Do you know?
No.
What's on the outside? Is it plastic?
Glass.
It's glass. Cool. And it's a vacuum, right?
Right.
And what does that keep it from doing? The vacuum keeps heat from escaping, right?
It's Spenser. He's a nice person.
He's very nice. Very nice. Do you want to fill him up with the solar water?
Oh, he already has water in him.
Oh, awesome. Do you want to show how to fill it up, though? Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Look at that inside.
And then we pour the solar water into this, which will keep it hot all day, right?
Yeah.
And then we can use it in the kitchen to make tea or coffee or use it in cooking.
We also have the blue whale and penguin. The blue whale is here. He's another sink that we bought. The hot water, the solar water heater.
Awesome.
Water. Solar water heater water.
And the other ways we get hot water is on the stove or using a kettle or an induction heater here or propane, right? With like showers.
Menser.
And who's this?
That is Menser the ogre.
Yeah. And do you know what the difference is between the kettle and Menser?
The kettle heats up water and Menser keeps it hot.
Yes. And do you know what the difference is between the wattage of the two of them?
I do not know.
So the kettle heats up very, very quickly, but it has very high wattage. But Menser has a little resistance heater on the inside, right? Oops. There it is. So Menser has a little resistance heater here, which means that it has much lower wattage, but it goes for a lot longer time, which is really good when you have solar energy coming in, because you might not have very high wattage, but you can do it for a long amount.
Penguin.
Oh, wow. And it's currently heating up right now.
It's currently heating.
So how does it work?
It takes solar energy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know that much.
Okay, so it takes solar energy. So this plug goes to the inverter, right?
Right.
And then we repurpose this oven so that it can work on AC or DC. But we plug it in and it uses resistance heating, right?
Right.
Right? And so it heats kind of like an oven, and you can put things in there. And it takes a long time to heat, right? Because it uses low wattage. But if you plan accordingly, you can make full meals. So we have lentils.
Lentils.
This is rice.
That's sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds and...
Potatoes.
Right. And so we can heat all those up in the morning and have them ready for lunch. And what's the blanket for?
Keeping it warm.
You don't quite know? Okay, you hold the camera. Okay, so this is a solar oven. And so we can put jars into this oven on a hot day, right? We can fill them up with rice or barley or whatever. Put them in jars, put them in here. And then you put glass on top. And so now all the heat comes in from the sun through the glass. It warms up the food and then keeps all the warmth in there because it's insulated.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yep.
And so this is passive solar energy. Tube you're holding?
It's the tube for this.
And what is this?
It is a solar food heater.
Yes. And so what kind of stuff do we put in that tube?
Potatoes,
Mhm.
rice,
Mm-hmm.
bread.
Bread. And so
That's
we have...
what's leaking out right now.
Yeah, yes, because we made a mess. But what is this? This is the same as the other one. What is it made out of?
Glass.
Yes, and it's an insulated vacuum tube. And so can you show me how you put the tube in there? Okay. And you push it in. Nice. Okay, show us the solar panels. Wow. How many are there?
12.
Yes, there are 12. And do you know the difference between series and parallel? No. So these 6 are hooked up in series, which means that their voltages are added together. And these ones are hooked up in series as well. And then together they're hooked up in parallel. When you hook up in parallel, you add the voltage stays the same in between them, but the current increases. Weird, huh?
Weird.
So these 12 panels together produce about 2,500 watts. But that's only when it's super sunny outside. Like right now, we can go check how much it's producing, but probably not 2,500 because it's kind of cloudy today. But it still does a very good job. And then what else do we normally do with these solar panels? There's one big thing that we use it for. That's normally parked right where you're standing. The Kia.
The solar shower.
Okay, tell me a little bit about it.
They get the sun and heat up the water that's coming through the top.
Yeah, and so there's air in these tubes, right?
Right.
And then at the end of the tubes, they have copper, and they link into one copper tube that pulls water along here, right?
Right. We bring it into this tank.
It's an insulator, which means what?
It keeps it warm.
Exactly. 2 inputs here. One of them is just cold water, right? And the other one is the water that's been heated up and is being stored in that tank. The little solar panel is connected to a pump. So it sucks the water into the insulated tubes, it heats up, and then it gets put back into the container, right?
Right.
And there's also water from our main line, the cold water, that will come into the tank as well. But that's only when you use water up. What's going on here?
So we have a pump in there, which pumps the water.
Yes.
Through this tube, up into a little pond over there.
Okay.
Goes down the creek. And goes back in.
Yes.
The solar panel's over there. And
What does the solar panel provide energy for?
for the pump.
Yes.
Pump.
And so that's a very cool natural way of cleaning the pond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here.
On the top? Really?
Yep. Do you see those wires that go to it?
Yeah.
And so, let's follow those wires. Where do they go into?
That is where we get the power from. Good. Stereo. Wonder what it's going to do. I don't know.